Right. We are now at the goat section. As I said, we were building this. We had completed it. All that is just now left is for the planks to be cut to the correct size, and we are completed there. The next thing, as I was doing, was this back house. This is the one which we consider called the upstairs kind of living, whereby they do not stay on the ground. We have, hopefully by today, we will also then put the fencing around this place, and therefore we would have finished one stage of this, and we would have completed. The next stage will just be them coming to replaster these places where it has cracked from the putting of the roof. That will be the last structural thing that needs to become and corrected and fixed, and we will have an upstairs place for our goats. As always, it's best to separate the males from the females after the servicing, but that is something that we have not been able to do because we have not been able to get for the males somewhere to stay. But now that we have almost finished this structure, they will be having somewhere for them to stay. So as you can see, this is the mix of both the Boers and the locals that we have here, and we hope that this will now be one structure that is now complete, and we would have this now structure complete. As I said, this is now the project that I'm really now focused on. I can't say real focused on, but this and the piggery. Pigs are the two projects I can say I'm more very much invested my time into. So when I say that, we mean that next process is we will then get more goats, and then pigs. There's already some changes there, but which I'll show you later, which we've already started. But for now, let me just give you a very small hint of what we did. The metal sheeting, it was already on the farm. It was already coming from one of the other structures which had fallen apart. We reused that. The poles, we bought new poles which we got from a timber yard, which we found somewhere here close by. The pillars, the metal, we were also very lucky to find the shop which was actually selling second-hand metal. So this is the reason why we have this metal around it. And after that, we did a small little foundation at the base for it. After we did the foundation, we did the pillars, and then we added the metal. And then after that, we then added this wooden frame which has got gaps in between. This is for to make sure that the does not sit inside, does not stay on the wood. It drops into these splitted gaps. I think this is one of the few gaps which is extremely big, but the other ones are within the correct gaps so that it doesn't hurt their feet. But this is something we probably need to make sure. So now what is just left is make sure just that we fence this area. Once we have fenced it, and we are probably good to go, this place will now be ready for the bucks to come and move into. We want the bucks to stay in here, and as we had planned, put our system, meaning that October, end of this month, end of October, the bucks will then move and start staying by themselves. So by end of October, this should definitely be finished, and the bucks will move into here. So this is really much about the goats that we have done. We are, as I said, at the same time increasing the herd, but also at the same time trying something new. We have gone into the Boer market for a change, and that is the additional that we have gone for, and we are hoping that it will work out. We have had so far, from the goats that we have transported here, we have already had 3 mortalities, especially the one that have done kidding. We have had 3 that have, and this is because of the heat. The heat has been so intense. This place also needs to have somewhere where they can go and have shade in. We need to create a shade for them so that they are not always out in the sun. So that is something that we will also be working on shortly, because it is very hot, and right now they want to be outside but there is no shade, and so they end up going back into that room, which ends up becoming stuffy for them. So we are just going to find something to net around so that they can have more shade. Thank you very much for those subscribing and liking the channel. I hope this gives also an idea of how to build this. This is, I think, one of the easiest structures to do. The only thing that becomes very expensive is the timber. Timber has not been very cheap, because for 6-meter length of each of those timbers, I think it was almost like about $13, which is really expensive for only 15 centimeter width. It's 15 centimeters by 6 meters by 10 millimeters, so it's not been very cheap when it comes to the timber. But hey, as I said, not everything is cheap. Some things are going to be expensive, and this is a project which I'd say that I've got no problem. I had a goal to get to 60 by December. I'm not seeing myself getting even close to that figure anytime soon, but hey, I'm not giving up. I will keep on purchasing them slowly until we get to a number which I will get to 60 by probably next year, but nothing by this year. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I hope it's been informative and gives you ideas of how to do this. Thank you.